Hello class. What is carbon footprint? Starting. Let's start. Carbon footprint is defined as the total amount of greenhouse gas emissions caused by a nation, an organization, or an individual. So, is this a bad thing? Of course, yes. Greenhouse gas production is linked to the climate change, the increase in the Earth's temperature. There are two levels of carbon footprint analysis: primary footprint and secondary footprint. As you see at the screen, primary footprint is described as and secondary footprint is described as Did you know logistics is responsible for 6% of global CO2 emissions? Around 60% of this burden comes from road freight.
So, with that being said, 63% of business partners believe that logistics will become a strategic lever for CO2 reduction. So you may ask yourself what international firms are doing to reduce their logistical carbon footprint. So let's take a look at UPS and FedEx. UPS operates one of the largest private fleets of alternative fuel vehicles in the industry. The green fleet has traveled more than 165 million miles. With FedEx expanding its alternative energy fleet for purpose-built electric trucks operating in the Los Angeles area. Let's look at another company. Dell is converting many of its longer-lead overseas shipments, such as those from retailers and other channel partners, to transport via ocean freight rather than aircraft. Dell found this allowed them to pack more products on each vehicle. Moving products by sea rather than air reduced emissions and fuel usage per product shipped. Dell also achieved further efficiency through truck-to-rail initiatives. For many routes, such as Asia to Europe and China to South Asia, they now use rail rather than trucks to transfer shipments from ocean terminals to Dell fulfillment centers. Another company, Nestle Nespresso, it has moved from combined transportation to 100% rail for deliveries to Sweden and Denmark. This reduces their carbon emissions along this route by about 80 tons, or about 50 trucks per year.
Now let's talk about common international trends. Location positioning. International companies are turning to network studies to investigate moving their distribution centers closer to inbound ports or closer to customers. This saves on transportation energy consumption and subsequently reduces environmental emissions. Collaboration. As carbon emission reduction becomes a priority for suppliers, business customers, and logistics firms, cooperative business models will expand both vertically and horizontally along the supply chain. This will lead to an increase in integration in hopes to reduce the carbon footprint of a firm's supply chain. Alternative fuels. International transportation firms are also starting to transition from gas to other alternative fuels, such as natural gas, electricity, biodiesel, and liquefied natural gas. By using these alternative fuels, this will lead to the decrease in carbon dioxide emissions and more efficient transportation. In conclusion, carbon footprint is altering the way firms operate their logistics throughout the world. Trends such as moving distribution centers to more efficient locations, further collaboration throughout supply chains, and switching to alternative fuels and modes of transportation are all ways firms are attempting to decrease their carbon emissions. In return, international firms have made decreasing their carbon footprint a focal point in order to maintain a more sustainable supply chain.